Associate with people who are likely to improve you. All cruelty springs from weakness. Life is long if you know how to use it. Ignorance is the cause of fear. While we wait for life, life passes. A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. No man was ever wise by chance. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men. Drunkenness is nothing but voluntary madness. The best ideas are common property. There is no genius without a touch of madness. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. To wish to be well is a part of becoming well. The sun also shines on the wicked. Regard a friend as loyal, and you will make him loyal. What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself. I am not born for one corner. The whole world is my native land. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. He suffers more than necessary. Who suffers before it is necessary? Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Leisure without books is death, and burial of a man alive. It does not matter how many books you have, but how good the books are which you have. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. It is difficult to bring people to goodness with lessons, but it is easy to do so by example. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Limiting one's desires actually helps to cure one of fear. Cease to hope and you will cease to fear. We cease to be so angry once we cease to be so hopeful. Nothing is burdensome if taken lightly, and nothing need arouse one's irritation so long as one doesn't make it bigger than it is by getting irritated. Whatever can happen at any time can happen today. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. When a person spends all his time in foreign travel, he ends by having many acquaintances, but no friends. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. It is more civilized to make fun of life than to bewail it. Everyone prefers belief to the exercise of judgment. What is harder than rock? What is softer than water? Yet hard rocks are hollowed out by soft water. You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according what others think, you will never be rich. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. For many men, the acquisition of wealth does not end their troubles. It only changes them. If what you have seems insufficient to you, then though you possess the world, you will yet be miserable. What fortune has made yours is not your own. To win true freedom, you must be a slave to philosophy. Of this one thing, make sure against your dying day that your faults die before you do. He who has injured thee was either stronger or weaker than thee. If weaker, spare him. If stronger, spare thyself. No man is crushed by misfortune unless he has first been deceived by prosperity. To be always fortunate and to pass through life with a soul that has never known sorrow is to be ignorant of one half of nature. There is no easy way from the earth to the stars. The willing, destiny guides them. The unwilling, destiny drags them. If we could be satisfied with anything, we should have been satisfied long ago. What really ruins our character is the fact that none of us looks back over his life. Of all people, only those are at leisure who make time for philosophy. Only those are really alive. Philosophy calls for simple living, not for doing penance, and the simple way of life need not be a crude one. Let us say what we feel and feel what we say. Let speech harmonize with life. Each day acquire something that will fortify you against poverty, against death, indeed against other misfortunes as well. Hold fast, then, to this sound and wholesome rule of life, that you indulge the body only so far as is needful for good health. We must go for walks out of doors, so that the mind can be strengthened and invigorated by a clear sky and plenty of fresh air. You should live in such a way that there is nothing which you could not as easily tell your enemy as keep to yourself. Light griefs are loquacious, but the great are dumb. What man can you show me who places any value on his time, who reckons the worth of each day, who understands that he is dying daily? It takes the whole of life to learn how to live, and it takes the whole of life to learn how to die. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. The part of life we really live is small, for all the rest of existence is not life, but merely time. But life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. Were all the geniuses of history to focus on this single theme, they could never fully express their bafflement at the darkness of the human mind. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. The time will come when diligent research over long periods will bring to light things which now lie hidden. Withdraw into yourself as far as you can. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The process is mutual, for men learn while they teach. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. As far as I am concerned, I know that I have lost not wealth, but distractions. The body's needs are few. Wild animals run from the dangers they actually see, and once they have escaped them, worry no more. We, however, are tormented alike by what is past and what is to come. The final hour when we cease to exist does not itself bring death. It merely of itself completes the death process. For what prevents us from saying that the happy life is to have a mind that is free, lofty, fearless, and steadfast? But when you are looking on anyone as a friend, when you do not trust him as you trust yourself, you are making a grave mistake. And this, too, affords no small occasion for anxieties if you are bent on assuming a pose and never reveal yourself to anyone frankly. Men do not care how nobly they live, but only for how long, although it is within the reach of every man to live nobly, but within no man's power to live long. We are mad, not only individually, but nationally. We check manslaughter and isolated murders, but what of war and the much vaunted crime of slaughtering whole peoples? A woman is not beautiful when her ankle or arm wins compliments, but when her total appearance diverts admiration from the individual parts of her body. We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?